Hi guys, the street photography channel, Alex Coghe here, Alex Street, my official website, my blog, and this channel, the street photography channel on YouTube. A lot of followers, subscribers. I thank you for this. Today I want to talk again about cameras, but always in the sense how I work with my cameras and the setup that I decided to have with me when I make photos. Other news will come next, but in the meantime you can see this camera. It is the Sony Alpha 6000 with this lens that is the 7 Artisans f1.8, a manual lens, very cheap lens, but how is cool this setup that I have right now, because the Sony Alpha 6000 is a camera with a design that is not particularly vintage, but is I love because it is the sufficient of ergonomic on the street. But with this lens it appears to be a sexy setup, very interesting setup with a lens like that occurs for my street photography. I am using with the zoom focusing technique. It is not a perfect lens in the sense that the focus distance is not so accurate. I have to know the lens in order to achieve to get the focus. It is very easy to move the distance focus and the aperture, so it is not perfect at all. But this imperfection, this is challenging for the process when I make photos, and sometimes I don't nail the focus, but a lot of times yes, and of course, as I said many times, I prefer that I get wrong with the focus by myself and not the camera to fail. When the camera fails because of the autofocus, it is not a good sensation. With this camera it depends on me, with this lens, with this setup it depends on me, and I have to be more attentive when I photograph how I am using this camera. I am using this camera turning off the LCD screen here, and I am using just the electronic viewfinder that allows me to work very similar when I make photos with my film rangefinder camera. So the experience, despite that is a pure electronic system, apart this lens, beside to be a camera with counting just with the electronic viewfinder and the LCD, with my settings of turning off the LCD screen and using just the electronic viewfinder, this camera, the experience is very similar to photograph with a film camera. And that's it I wanted to share what is right now my street photography setup. For the future, as I said, opening this video, I will be using also my DSLR camera, the Canon 5D Mark II. I just ordered a 28 millimeter manual lens, a vintage lens built for the film cameras, but with an adapter I will be able to use that lens on my DSLR camera. And I think it will be an interesting experience. I will count with finally with again with 28 millimeter focal length. Yes, the camera is not that small. It is big and heavy. I retitled my camera 5D the Beast because it's very big and very heavy, in my opinion, for the things that I am used to use for street photography. But I count to use that camera because right now I am enjoying the process with that, but I really wanted to use a vintage lens with a very good focus distance on the lens. And I think that by counting with this camera, counting with the Canon 5D Mark II with the 28 millimeter manual lens, and the rangefinder, the 35 millimeter Canon 7, I have a great equipment for my street photography. The focus is always to have fun with my cameras and to have the experience most as possible similar to film photography. So with the Canon 7, of course, it is a film camera, but also with my digital cameras I try to replicate a certain approach with making photography on the street in a certain way. So we are talking about with the Canon 5D, I count with an optical viewfinder. With this camera, an electronic viewfinder, but with a manual lens. And I enjoy this process, as I said, with this camera, but with the Canon 5D, I think that things will be more interesting. Too bad that for the Sony Alpha 6000 I was not able to find an equivalent 28 millimeter because I would love to, but I really wanted a manual lens, so I don't want an autofocus lens because the way to work is completely different. I work with layers a lot of times, and I think to work with layers it is better to count with a lens that I can use in manual for real, and it's not possible with the electronic lenses for several reasons. It is not the way that I can use the lenses. I want to count with the focus distance on the lens. I want to count with the aperture on the lens, and that is my way to work, and I want to replicate a certain approach with my cameras. So thank you guys to stay here today. I am happy to share my process that is always in transformation, my moving process with my cameras. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you soon in another video. Thank you.